I don't care. I don't care. Let's try like this. Let's see how this goes. let's let's see how this ends up being. Because if um, thank you. It's not working. I'm not getting as yeah. This computer is off. So when I get back from this trip, I'm buying a new computer, buying a new laptop, and I'm throwing this shit away because this is horrible, horrible, horrible. I'm gonna have to extort, export the audio from the YouTube. I don't know. I don't know how. Get the audio from here from YouTube. Screen record the whole video on YouTube, and then use try to like export the audio out, and then try to post it on Anchor or Spotify for podcasters. Just audio only because I can't use video for some reason. It won't let me. Whatever. I'm over this. Anyway, let's go back. Welcome back to the Third Place Book Club, where we're continuing our journey through Dungeon Crawler Carl, Book 5. As always, this segment contains full spoilers through Chapter 42. So if you're reading along for the first time, this is your chance to pause the episode and come back later. Um, this is gonna suck, but this episode is for Saturday, so that's gonna be fun. I have a whole weekend to like come up with something for Saturday. So yeah, there it goes. The last time we checked in, I wasn't quite sold on book 5 yet. I kept saying it felt like a slow burn. There are moments I love Carl Prepotente's banter, Samantha stealing every scene she's in. I will kill your mother. But I was still waiting for that stretch where I couldn't put the book down. I think I found it. Um, these 15 chapters, 12 chapters reminded me why I loved Matt Dinniman's writing. He'll spend several chapters quietly moving pieces across the board. It's like chess. I was playing checkers. This man was playing chess. I was I wanted to fucking this game to be over. He's all like taking his time and shit. Mm, he's like trying to make you wonder where everything was going, where everything was going, fitting into place. And then suddenly you're watching Carl get high at CrawlCon, roasting an alien politician in front of thousands of people, giving a mantis gonorrhea. Yeah. Fighting a giant toad from the inside out, and somehow ending it all with one of the sweetest found family moments in the entire series. Let's talk about it. Where we last left off, Carl's team is still navigating the sixth floor's jungle. The hunters are everywhere. The NPC politics keep getting messier. Lucia Marr is nearby. She's around. She's been a pain in the ass, but she's a pain in the ass to Carl now. Serena Signet refuses to leave Carl alone, and Carl has one more obligation that he absolutely hates. CrawlerCon! CrawlCon! And Justin, like, I love the fact that I'm talking about CrawlCon in the middle of San Diego Comic Con, like around this time. Like, this is the time that I started. No, for real. I didn't know CrawlCon was a thing, and then it was serendipity that like it just ended up being during this moment in San Diego Comic Con. Like, oh wow, okay. Um, so CrawlCon is just imagine San Diego Comic Con except every celebrity is currently fighting for their lives. Um, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of cosplayers and wearing the shorts and barefoot. There's other cosplayers who want to like troll Carl. Like they don't know that you can't troll a an Earthling, but they tried to control Carl with Hecla and Quan Chi. Like, what are you guys doing? You got to come up better with that. Do something better than this. Um, let's start off with the Serena Singh stuff. This whole Serena storyline was probably my least favorite stretch of the book. I'm telling you, it's like I didn't like book two because of this. Like it wasn't bad. It was just like slow. It was just like I gritted my teeth when she came back, and I was like, is this gonna be like the same thing as in book two, where like I wasn't into it as I was here? It's like, eh. But Matt introduced us to new characters. Clint, which like sounded like Clint Eastwood. Holder, which sounded like Hold Your Horses. There's Serena's crew. We were planning. There were side quests. There was strategy, and I'm just like, where is this going? I was like, why? Why are we back here again? He like is getting better. It will be getting better. Um, Here's what he does so well though. He earns the payoff. When the giant battle happens, it was worth every chapter. Um, One of my favorite boss fights of this series in this book, it wasn't because of the fight, but because of the comedy during the fight. Uh, the action never stopped, obviously, but um, neither do the jokes. Um, Samantha gets swallowed by a giant toad, but she keeps fighting from the inside, like a little fucking head just gnawing, telling everybody, "I will, I will hurt it from the inside." And you know what that reminded me of? Guardians of the Galaxy 2, when Drax gets swallowed and he's all like, starts stabbing it from the inside. Ah! And then he comes out and he proudly announces he killed it himself. I told you I would do it. And Samantha does the exact same thing. And I'm like, this is so the same. This is the same thing. Why? Why? And it's funny because they're both they're both hilarious characters. One, like if you stand still, nobody will see you. Um, where's Gamora? What's Gamora? Who's Gamora? Like Drax is so hilarious. And then you add Samantha in here and she reminds me of something. She just reminds me of so much of this other character. Um, the whole scene was gross, was ridiculous. It was hilarious, but she made it. Like every time it the scene is like so takes itself so seriously. Here comes Samantha. I will kill your mother. Let me have a body. I need your body. Serena, I'm gonna take your body. Um, if this ever reaches the live action, I hope they keep everything. Like I really do hope they keep all the gory stuff, all the nasty stuff, all the I will kill your mother. God damn it, Donut. Son of a bitch, you won't do all that stuff. Everything. From Samantha's head showing up with gore coming out of her head and stuff. I want to see it all there. And don't ever change it, Peacock. Please don't change this. Um, Book one had incredible boss fights, obviously. Book four raised the stakes with the Sharktopus and Empress. Book three, Hecla fight. Book five says, why not make you laugh while everyone's dying? One of my favorite moments is Samantha constantly yelling, I will kill your mother! And it's her catchphrase. Is the only if that's the only thing she'll ever say, I can live with it because it's so hilarious coming from a little fucking head. But immediately after saying that, it reminded me so much of Jeff Dunham's puppet, Ahmed, when he just has him out there. Silence! I kill you! I kill you! So, you know, it's like so far Samantha has made this book so like so hilarious. It's like she's made this book. She's the reason why I'm continuing to read this book, I guess. But yeah, Ahmed and Samantha, two of them. Yes, Ahmed is Samantha. Samantha is Ahmed. It's like like we got the terrorist freaking puppet, and then we got terrorist fucking head, and Ahmed is. They're both there. Another thing that freaking messed me up. Um, don't or what's his face? Carl can't stand when Donut just uses her caps, all her caps in the chat, and she taught Samantha how to use all caps also. So now when they're talking to Samantha, Samantha's yelling also. But then you have this fight here and the whole thing with Bra, and then you have Donut and Samantha arguing in all caps through chat. And Carl's just sitting there like, shit. And you as the reader just like 2 pages worth of it just going off on each other and and um and Zeb's in there as well. The thing with Zeb though is a few books back we find out that she can read the chat too, even though she's not part of it, but she can also read the chat. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. When that whole Zeb and Carl thing happened, I missed that whole thing. When that whole Zeb and Carl thing happened, I'm just like Zeb sitting there like, yeah, I know, bud. I understand. I see what you mean now. Yeah. And Carl just like so they're bickering back and forth and they're just standing there staring at each other like, yeah, all right. Um what that reminds me of, I don't know if y'all are like are gonna get this. Like, hey, what's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you, Ezekiel. What's your name? Tony. Well, fuck you, Tony. And that what it reminded me of, like that whole TikTok sound where they're just going off on each other, and then at the very end, it's like, guess what I did? Guess what I did? And it's like, you better not bring my mother into this. You better not bring my mother into this. And then, of course, like, oh no, this and this and this, and this about your mother. And I'm like, yeah, that's Samantha right there. I will kill your mother. And of course, I get the restricted, and because I'm bullying, I'm talking about a fucking book and audio that TikTok has, and I get restricted for it. That's funny. Um, Another thing that was hilarious was Carl playing his trap songs, and he tells Samantha, "I'm gonna give you, all right, I'm gonna send you this, and it's gonna be one of the most annoying songs in the world." And she's like, "Okay." So when he throws it, when the trap, when the trap gets thrown over there, and the one specific song plays, Samantha's all like, "Wait, what are you talking about? What song is this? I like it." Oh, it's called Wonderwall by Oasis. And then Donut's all like, "You threw the wrong trap." No, he didn't. He didn't throw the wrong trap. It's the right trap. That song's annoying. But because Donut actually loved Wonderwall, and because if you've heard the TikTok sound, it's all over, she sings it and she changes the word. Let's talk about CrawlerCon because Yeah, especially since we're in the middle of San Diego Comic Con. I love CrawlerCon. The more time we spend there, the more it reminds me of San Diego and all the Comic Cons that are out there. The cosplayers, the panels, the autographs, the celebrity guests, fans asking weird questions. Um, Instead of actors, though, it's the crawlers. Uh, Carl signs autographs from people dressed like Princess Donut, Hecla, Quan Chi. Carl himself wearing the heart print boxers. It's such a great visual. Like another scene that I hope that it shows up in on the show. But it is book five. I highly doubt. Like I'm hoping they keep it to like if they're gonna cancel it, at least stay a while. Give us a little hope. But if you're gonna continue it, keep everything, please. Um, uh, Another funny surprise, another funny moment is Carl getting high, contact high, not just regular high, contact high. Security knows we're smoking, vaping, I guess. But what was it? What's in the vape? What's in the vape? Sweet. So, like, Carl just, oh, okay, all right. When he realizes he's been like set up to, and he's doing contact, he's just like, all right, y'all want me to do this? I'll do it. And he just chills and he just like, and um, this is a panel that he's on, and Ra's mother, Cersei took. She's moderating the panel of crawlers through the ages, and so Cersei just stands there and talks about the crawl and stuff, and doesn't let anybody speak at all. Doesn't give anybody a chance to speak because she takes control of it. And then Carl just, all right, I'm bored. I'm just gonna like hit my head on the desk the entire time, just draw attention to myself. And then if Ra turns to look at him, it's like, "What is your problem?" And he's all like, "You are boring, lady. What is wrong with you? What is my problem? You're the problem. You're boring. You're putting me to sleep." And she's all like, "Oh, like who is this?" And it's like nobody wants to listen to your bullshit. And he's high as hell, and he just goes crashes on her, and he goes in on her as well and tells her, why don't you, and she talks shit back too. And she's like trying to fight him, but no, no. Um, like instead of sitting quietly, he decides to call out Cersei and like being Ra's mother. And like he already killed one daughter, might as well come after the other. He can't wait to kill the other daughter. And then he tells everyone, "You're stuck in here with me." Thank you for the popcorn. Um, and that immediately reminded me of Rorschach from Watchmen when he's in jail, in prison, jail, and this guy tries to bully him for his meal, and Rorschach just like pummels him, and then he's all looking out at everybody. He's like, "I'm not stuck here with you. You're all stuck here with me." I was like, "I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me." It's like the moment where Batman realizes the criminals are more afraid of him than he is of them. Um, he Carl isn't reacting to the crawl anymore. The crawl is reacting to Carl, and he tells them straight up, "This is his dungeon." He he does a whole. I think this is where he might have taken the whole concept from the Roman Reigns "Acknowledge Me," where he tells everybody he's like, "This is my camera. That's my ring. Those are my commentators. These are my fans." He tells everybody there, like, this is my dungeon. You're here with me. Like, why don't you come down to my dungeon and come face me. Or are you too scared? And, I can't wait to take out Fra also. Says you want to like talk shit about me and my people. And so he delivers too. And he starts asking questions to all the fans that are out there. It's like, how do you kill a mantis? How do you take him out? And the mantis and the people shout back, they help him out. And Cersei gets up and leaves and walks away disgusted. It's like, we're not done here. And, she's all upset and she leaves. Um, Back in book one, Carl was surviving someone else's game. Now he's changing the rules. Hunters prepare specifically for Carl. Corporations plan around Carl. Talk shows change because of Carl. Sponsors gamble on Carl. Entire conversations revolve around Carl. Carl. The Carl isn't Boran's show anymore. It's becoming Carl's dungeon. Everyone else is adapting to him. Then we get, oh man, then we get the most wholesome part of the freaking thing. We haven't seen this type of wholesome stuff in like past books. In a past, like a few pages back, when he's like holding um Donut for dear life, just like I got you, girl, come here, and hugs her. Matt slows everything down. Carl walks into the safe room. He looks around, smiles. Everyone's there. We have a whole freaking the whole crew, his whole guild, his whole I don't know what do you call it, dungeon, his whole people. Katya, Donut, Luis, Fyrus, Ellie, Imani, Brittany, Tran, Batista, Mordecai. He just looks at them, well, except for Chris. He looks at them and you know, he just enjoys seeing them alive and he smirks and he smiles and he realizes this is the closest thing that he has to family. And that right there, I was like, oh, dude, I hope this stays like this for a while. The most emotional moment of the book was this right here. Like, he has a family now, and not the one he lost, but the one he's building, the one he built. He looks around and like was looking for Chris as well. Like, I see everybody, but I don't see Chris. Where's Chris? Like, he's hanging around with the other rocks, with the other sledge, just like taking a break. Oh man! And then, like I was talking about this, the last episode we did, where we were leading up to the Beatrice, the whole situation with Beatrice, the epilogue, um, Odette finding her, to all this stuff, and then like I did that on purpose. I didn't want to talk about it until now. We get the emotional payoff, the 4 books of leading to Beatrice. I thought she was dead. I really thought she was out, and we were just like, you know, we were rid of her and everything. And then we get to the epilogue of book 4. Bam, she's still alive. Um, Alexis takes her and brings her to Odette, and here we are. And they tell Carl and Donut, "Hey, B's still alive. We have her. I just want to let you know." What was going to happen was someone was going to like um, blindside you and show her off to you, but we interjected and we intercepted, and like we have her. I just want to let you know I'm going to bring her out, and you guys get to say whatever you want to say, all that stuff. And finally, they come to face face on live TV. Donut holds herself together while the cameras are rolling. Uh, Carl says, um, "Hey, sup? You okay? You good? Yeah. All right. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna be cool. We got some stuff to do. We I don't have time to like do tell you all the stuff. We're already broken up. I don't really care about you. I've been gone. I haven't seen you for like 30 days. The crawl changes you, yes, but take care, peace. And she's like, what? She still doesn't understand what the hell's going on. And then Donut speaks to her. It's like, darling, sit down. Like we're telling to you in English, and she's all like, my cat can talk. What the fuck? So she's all like, oh shit, hey, what's going on? And still, she's just like, and I still say that like, there's no way she doesn't know what's been going on for the past like hours or days since she got caught, got sent by Odette. Like, how do you not tell her what's going on with the dungeon and who's out there? It's like, hey, we're gonna introduce you to Carl and Donut. Here's what they've been doing since you haven't seen them. Oh, Donut can talk, but no, she's all like, oh my god, you can talk. So like, just like being sassy around her and stuff. And then the camera stops, and everything Donut's been carrying comes pouring out. She tells Miss Beatrice exactly what we've been wanting uh, to tell her since book one. Like, even after that, even after this whole thing right here, even before this, Donna's been throwing jabs at, um, not jabs, but just like, throwing some stuff at Carl. It's like, yeah, your girlfriend did this, your girlfriend did that, Miss Beatrice did this with another guy, like countless other guys. Um, some guy who called himself the King, which he died. That was Brad, I think, or Chad. I don't know what the fuck his name was. He died. But she did this, she did this, she did this. She faked pregnancy. She did this, and she fought with you and everything. And yeah, so all those shots, and then we get to this, and just she tells B exactly everything. It's like, you replaced me, you hurt Carl, you treat us like we were disposable. That wasn't revenge, that was closure. You 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 don't deserve me. Carl's my human now. And like, she just goes off on her without the cameras rolling because she doesn't want to say it like in front of the cameras. But she went off on her, and like, that's it. We're done. Get the hell out of here. Take her away and everything. Um, a few things about the chapters. I'm still suspicious about Lucia Marr, the way she talks to herself, the way she's portrayed. Um, like, I'm thinking like maybe something is influencing her, like Maggie Mai was, and maybe she has a Valte worm inside her head, the way Chris had one too. Maybe it's not the same thing. Um, but Matt trained just about everybody who read this book not to take anyone at face value anymore. They're just, I don't trust anybody. Like Odette said back in book one, don't trust anyone, And here we are when Lucia Marr is just talking to herself. Um, the woman at the CrawlCon, there's a woman at the CrawlCon during the autograph signing, and there was a tentacle in the back of her head, and her name is Maggie. And everybody was just like, or like Carl was just like, Maggie? Like, yeah, I just named her Maggie. I was like, why'd you name her Maggie? Because I like that name. And he just immediately thought Maggie Mai. Like, there's no way. Um, Nothing weird feels accidental anymore. So that was it. These chapters reminded me so much, obviously, of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 during the giant toad fight, Comic Con, Watchmen, celebrity roast panels, Jeff Dunham's Ahmed, every single time Samantha screams, her catchphrase, I will kill your mother. I will kill you. Kill you. Um, Watching Carl sign autographs while fans cosplay a Heckler and Quanchi reminded me of going to conventions where people cosplay as Darth Vader, the Joker, or Ghostface. Except here, these are fictional villains, while people, these are people that Carl actually fought. Like having going to a veterans memorial and like dressing up as the enemy and asking for the autograph. Yeah, like what the hell? Um, what the hell, dude? Um, I'm so the rankings. I'm gonna say the funniest moments from this stretch ranking because I still don't know where to put this book, but rankings from the funniest moments. Number one, Carl throwing Wonderwall's an annoying trap, and don't immediately defending Oasis. That's my favorite song. That's my song. That's my song. Uh, Carl accidentally getting high before his panel. Samantha and Donut screaming at each other entirely in caps lock. That I love that. That was hilarious. Edict learning what happened to Ra and then becoming super naughty. Basically, Ra, the mantis that wants to kill Carl, she ended up getting gonorrhea because because Carl stabbed her with an arrow that was poisoned with gonorrhea. Basically, that's what it was. And so Edict is the only male mantis around, and he finds out what's going to happen, and it's like, "You gave her gonorrhea?" I was like, "Yeah." So she's coming after you. She has to like either pass it around, pass it to another somebody else, or chop off her stuff. and it's like if she passes it to you, Edict, you will get the gonorrhea next. So you know, before he started talking to Carl, he basically punched the messenger twice and froze himself. And then we get to here, and he and in the safe space with Carl, and we have Ra coming after them, and smoke rising out of her body because she has gonorrhea. It's so fucked up. And Edict is all like, I can't do this. I can't do anything with her because it our families won't allow it, and the only way I have to do this is to die a warrior's death. And so he went out swinging. So he swung at Carl and he froze and get transported to a mob. And with that, he gets called super naughty. And then finally, at the CrawlCon, the funniest thing also is that here comes the guy that was supposed to blindside Carl with Beatrice, and his name is Nihit, and he's a Manasa, a Naga. He's a snake, and he shoves by everybody, pushes everybody away, and tells him, "I don't know how you did it, but you're cheating, and I'm gonna find out. And you and your donut are cheating at this game, and you're gonna go down." And Carl just grabs his sharpie and stabs Nihit with, during the signing, and everybody goes, and the signing is over. And he's like, "I have more of that for you if you ever come at me again." I was like, he doesn't care. I was like, this is his dungeon. Here, he said it. It's like, if you want this, come and get me. I'm right here. Get in line because I have a lot of people after me. Um, and he does. He has a lot of people after him. And now he's one of them. Um, so I'm already at 34 minutes. I love it. These chapters completely changed my opinion of book five because I started hating. It's a little slow. I didn't hate it. I was just like, okay, it's a little. Um, It was moving a little slower than book 4, but I finished like around there. It's like I haven't finished it yet, but it's like I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, all right, it's getting better. Matt isn't trying to repeat book 4. He's expanding the world. He's showing us Carl isn't just fighting monsters anymore. He's fighting corporations, media, sponsors, politics, alien celebrities, lawsuits, and the expectations of the audience watching every move he makes. The dungeon has grown beyond rooms and boss fights. It's become a stage. Carl has stopped being just another contestant. He's become the person everyone else has to plan around. The crawl has reached a point where it no longer feels like Bourne's game. It feels like Carl's dungeon. And I'm just gonna call it Carl's dungeon from now on. Carl's dungeon crawl. Yeah. I was like, I hope the rest of the book is only gonna get crazier. Like on my theory that Lucia Mar, I know like there's 8 books already and they're working on chapter 9 or book 9 and everything. But I still feel like, all right, my theories. Like I had a theory that B was still alive without even like realizing it, and but I didn't think that was gonna go this way. We were just gonna have like one little chapter of her just talking and that's it. But my theory was that Lucia Mar is infected with a worm, and like it'll be a while till we get the final thing. Um, yeah, that's about it. Um, Currently, where am I? Hold on. I'm on chapter 43. I'm about to be in chapter 43, and I won't be back till Sunday. So I'll pick it back up on Monday, and I'll probably do another episode. The following, not this week, this coming week, because we got SummerSlam and then SummerSlam weekend, and then we'll probably do another on the next week. Start reading again and all this other stuff. So yeah. All right. Um, y'all noticed I didn't get a final message, an outro last on Wednesday because stuff happened. I don't know. But just like that, the final whistle has blown, the confetti has settled, the trophy has been lifted, another World Cup has officially become part of history. Over the last several weeks, the porch has turned into our own little supporter section. We learned the rules together through World Cup 101. We celebrated incredible goals. There was technical difficulties galore. There still is. I don't know what's wrong with this computer. I'm gonna get a new one soon. We laughed at some of the flops. We kept one eye on the Golden Boot race. We picked our favorite teams. We cheered for underdogs. We watched legends write what may have been their final World Cup chapters. And in the end, we watched Spain lift football's biggest prize with some other guy in the middle trying to take the. Never mind. Whether you've been watching the World Cup your entire life or this was your first tournament, I hope these episodes made the beautiful game feel just a little more familiar. Some of you said that it was your first and only tournament. You're not going to watch this ever again. We'll see. At its best, sports do something incredible. They bring complete strangers together for 90 minutes and somehow make us all feel like we're on the same team. It does. Tonight and last, this whole we checked in on my diabetes journey, talked about how the new medication has been treating me, reacted to DCKO, and tried to wrap our hands around everything that I saw on Avengers Doomsday. And somehow, this is exactly what this podcast has become. One week we're talking soccer, the next week horror movies, then Marvel, then video games, then books. The crawl, the nostalgia. It's never really about one topic. It's about sitting on the porch and seeing where the conversation takes us. Now, before we head out, this weekend belongs to one of the biggest celebrations of geek culture on the planet. San Diego Comic Con is officially here. For the next few days, it'll be wall to wall trailers. For the next few days, not for the next few days. Like it's already Sunday. It's already Saturday. I'm posting this on Saturday. But next week I'll be talking about that. movie announcements, TV reveals, the comic news, the collectibles, the gaming, and hopefully a few surprises that completely catch us off guard. Looking forward to seeing everything that comes out of Hall H and beyond. And I hope you all have a great time following along, whether you're here, there, or in person, watching from home. Because Comic Con weekend, we're taking a short break from the porch. We won't be gone for long though. We'll be back next Wednesday, and joining me once again will be Menace as we kick off the road to SummerSlam. We'll be making predictions for both nights of WWE's biggest event of the summer, talking matchups, championship returns, surprises, wild theories, and all the twists that could change WWE heading into the fall. If WrestleMania's wrestling grand finale, SummerSlam had become its blockbuster sequel. And you know we're going to have to plenty to say. All right, before we really go, drink some water. Good Lord. Summer is moving faster than we like. Yeah, she is. Stop moving fast, Summer. So don't let it pass without making a few memories. Good at cookout. Stay out a little later. Take that little trip. Watch that movie. Play that game. Read that next chapter. Do that TikTok. Post that video. Post it. Post it. Um, take those pictures. I don't know what I'm rambling on about. Call a no friend. Yeah, but take those pictures. Take those pictures. Do your OF. Do that podcast. Do whatever you want to do this summer. Do it. Tell another story around the campfire. Do it. Just do it. You shoot 100% of the shots that you don't take, or something like that. I don't know. Those are the moments that stick with us. Thank you for spending another week here in my third place. Not home, not work. Just a place where nostalgia, community, pop culture, and great conversations always have a seat waiting on the porch. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Enjoy Comic Con weekend. And we'll see you right back here on Wednesday. Now, one last time, one last celebration. I know y'all gonna hate this because it's Saturday, but it's already been a while. But whatever. One last tribute to every incredible match, every unforgettable goal, and every fan who sang their heart out this summer. Everybody together, clear your throats. I'm about to clear mine with that water. But have a great night. Let me see the soccer balls. Soccer balls. Soccer balls up. Let's go. We'll see you. We'll see you next time. Everybody together though. Let's go. Goal! We'll see you next week. Because they're not here. I did it for everybody because they're not here. Oh, well, that's great. Um, we have a problem though because I don't know how to stop this because it won't let me. So yeah, over guys, we can go home now. Um, try to stop.